What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver still sitting in the $18 an ounce range, but I also wanted to give a quick Federal Reserve update because we have an FOMC meeting coming up in just 1 week. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer 1 friend to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks. Refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 shares of Apple. Webull link in the description, VIP Club link in the description, DYDSS store link in the description. Everything's linked in the description. So today is Monday, July 18th, 2022. The current spot price of silver, as I'm filming the video at like 4:30 in the morning, is $18.90. It's up 17 cents today so far, or up 0.91%. Solid green day for the beautiful white metal. Spot price of gold is $17.1880. It's up $10.20 today so far, or up 0.6%. Decent green day for the beautiful yellow metal as well. And of course, the gold to silver ratio is in the 90 to 91 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Alright, so in today's video, I did want to talk a little bit about silver. I did want to talk a little bit about gold. I did want to talk a little bit about the spot price and what's going on in the world of metals, but I also wanted to talk about something a little bit more Federal Reserve related. And before we dive into all that, let me just give a quick shout out to JT Coin Rings for sending this 90% silver coin ring my way. This makes me feel even more Italian because I finally have a pinky ring. I'm going to make a whole video talking about this right here where I go into more detail about it, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out and thank you. So if anybody's interested in some wearable wealth, go to jtcoinrings.com and get yourself a silver ring. All right, so today I wanted to start off by talking about something a little bit more Federal Reserve related and some rate hike expectations. I'm sure we're all aware by now that according to the latest CPI report, inflation's all the way up to 9.1%. I made a whole video last week breaking down the report and going over the intricate details and covering all of the different categories within the report. Go check out that video if you haven't already seen it. But 9.1% according to the latest report, the highest in 40 years. The previous report read 8.6%, which at the time had many of us wondering what the Federal Reserve's response would be. We didn't know if inflation had peaked and if we would begin seeing a downward inflection, which would have obviously been great, still sky high, but great to see it coming down a little bit. Now, as far as the Federal Reserve, we have an FOMC meeting coming up next week, and I think we should all be not panicking, but bracing ourselves. The last raise was a 75 basis point hike in June, and at the time, we weren't supposed to see another 75. We were supposed to be getting 25 to 50 basis point hikes at each meeting for the rest of this year. But now that the CPI report says 9.1%, with inflation taking off even higher, mind you, it's not even just the headline inflation number driven up by food and energy prices, it's quite literally everything within the report. This shows us that inflation not only remains persistent, but is likely not even reached its peak yet, considering everything's on the rise. It's not even like half of which is going up and half of which is going down, and it can go either way. No, everything is still on its way up. And if you watch that inflation report breakdown video that I posted last week, you'll know that I said in the video that the Federal Reserve might actually have no choice but to hit us with another 75 basis point hike, which is not what's supposed to happen. And I had also mentioned that I wouldn't be surprised at all if we start seeing analysts and the media start calling for a 100 basis point hike. And guess what? We're seeing that now. Citi is actually forecasting a historic 100 basis point hike after the release of the latest CPI report, which read 9.1%. Veritas Financial Group's managing partner, Greg Branch, says he would be surprised if we didn't get a 100 basis point hike after this. Bloomberg talks about how a 100 basis point hike could indeed be in the cards as a response to the latest inflation report. The point I'm trying to get across is that we should be bracing ourselves right now. We should be preparing ourselves for a, I would say, almost guaranteed 75 basis point hike with a strong likelihood of ending up with a 100 basis point hike. I don't think there's any way in the world we're going to get a 50, and we're definitely not going to get a 25. Not after this report. So we should prepare ourselves. And the reason I say we should prepare ourselves is because the Federal Reserve, they like to remain as predictable as possible. They don't like to surprise anyone. They don't want to pull the rug out from under us because that would result in a market shock. And that's the last thing that the Federal Reserve would want to happen with their decision making when it comes to monetary policy. But here's the thing. If we do end up with a 75 or a 100 basis point hike, here's what's most likely going to happen. The markets are going to freak out. They're going to go into panic mode. It's going to go into, oh no, the rug is getting pulled out from under us. Rates are going to be going up even higher, even quicker. Companies are going to be borrowing even less money, especially right now when we're almost certainly in a recession, when companies are retracting from spending in the first place. Now, borrowing money is going to become even more expensive, so that's going to be more of a deterrent to borrow money. And if they're borrowing less money, they're going to be growing at a much slower pace. And, you mesh that together with the more than likely recession we're in right now and sky-high inflation. Companies are going to be taking even more punishment, which means stock prices are going to go down, and people are just going to be selling. People are going to be liquidating. People are going to be running for the hills, if I'm going to be honest with you. And we're going to see the stock market take even more punishment, at least in the short term. That's assuming that we get the rug pulled out from under us. Now, before that happens, we have about a week to go. There are going to be some warnings. There are going to be some indicators. There are going to be some hints. We got to pay very close attention to what the Federal Reserve is doing from here on out up until the meeting coming up next week. Pay very close attention. Anytime Jerome Powell speaks, you gotta have a notepad out. You gotta be jotting down notes. You gotta be paying very close attention to what he's saying and picking up on the little details. It can give you a little bit of a hint as to what we can more than likely expect. Again, they don't want to shock the market. They like to remain as predictable as possible. So pay very close attention. And before we move on to the silver and the gold, since we're somewhat on the topic of stocks, let me just issue a very quick friendly reminder to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. Refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you not only 30 free stocks, 10 each, but they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. You only have about a week and a half left to capitalize on these promos, so make the most of them. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. Sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver or maybe some gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. All right, so moving away from all that, moving away from the Federal Reserve update, moving away from rate hike expectations, moving away from Jerome Powell, moving away from the stock market, moving away from all that, let's now talk about some silver and some gold. Sitting here in front of me, we have a nice little display, the same display I've had out for a week or two at this point. We got some fractional gold, we have some constitutional silver, we have some Japanese silver that was sent in from Dylan. Thank you, Dylan, for sending those my way. We have some Queen's Beasts, we have some Creatures of the North, we have some 1, some 5, some 10-ounce silver bars, and of course we have a little bit of currency to complement the money, or maybe even insult the money. But I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver because we are still sitting in the $18 an ounce range. That's premiums excluded, of course. But I wanted to bring this up for a reason. $18 an ounce silver. Premiums excluded. Much lower than what we're used to. Much lower than what we've seen in the last 2 years. We're at about a 2-year low right now. Because remember, it was right around this time 2 years ago that silver cracked the $20 mark for the first time in several years. And it's been over $20 ever since. Not only over $20, it went all the way up to $30. February 2021, I believe. About a year and a half ago. Went all the way up to $30. And I'm not factoring in the premiums. I'm talking about the spot price. And right now, the spot price sank all the way down into the $18 an ounce range. We were looking at silver in the teens for the first time in 2 years. And I know this has caught a lot of people off guard. And I have a whole video talking about this that's going to be coming out over the next couple of days. But I wanted to point out the fact that with the premiums right now, with the average premium being about $4, let's just call it, that's been the case for like the last year. It was a little bit higher. I would say the average premium a year ago was like $5. And I'm talking about lowest possible premium silver. I'm not talking about silver eagles. I'm not talking about collectible pieces. I'm talking about going after the cheapest silver you can get your hands on. Average premium at the time was about $5. It's come down a little bit. Some people are getting it for $3. I would say the average is probably about $4. And with the spot price being in the $18 an ounce range, that means we could probably get our hands on a decent amount of silver with an out-the-door price tag of about $22 and change, maybe $23 and change. I just wanted to issue a quick friendly reminder that it wasn't too long ago that the spot price was about $22, $23 an ounce. Now the grand total out the door stack price is $22, $23 an ounce. So in my opinion, I don't think this is anything to complain about. I know a lot of people were complaining that the spot price was too high when the spot price was $22, $23. Now the spot price with the premium attached to it is $22, $23. So this could potentially be a massive buying opportunity if you're looking to purchase and acquire more physical silver content. If you are not in the market for silver, if you're not in the market for precious metals, this might not be for you. But for those of us who are looking to get as much silver as we possibly can, I'll speak for myself. I'm looking to get as much silver as I possibly can. I'm celebrating over this. This is the greatest news regarding silver I've gotten in about 2 years. I've been saying for the last 2 years, it's cool to see the spot price of silver go up as quickly as it was, but I wasn't done stacking yet. Why would I want the spot price to go up when I'm still in acquisition mode? I prefer the red days over the green days because I'm brand new to stacking. It's been not even 5 years. I still consider myself to be, I shouldn't say brand new, but I still consider myself to be very new to the space. And I'm nowhere near done stacking. So why would I want the spot price to go up? Why would I want the spot price to keep climbing to the point where it becomes out of reach when I'm still trying to get more of the metal? That wouldn't make sense. Think of it from the complete opposite perspective. Imagine having all of the silver in the world and you are looking to sell. You're like, man, I'm going to get rid of my silver. I'm going to move on over into real estate, or I'm going to pack it into an investment, or I'm just going to cash out and buy a boat and live the rest of my life on the water. Imagine being in that position and the spot price is going up, which means you can get more currency for the metal. You're like, man, I want it to go down. It wouldn't make sense. In what world would that make sense? No. If you're looking to sell, if you're looking to cash out, you want the spot price to go higher. If you're looking to buy, you want the spot price to be as low as possible. You want to get the best bang for your buck. You want to get as much silver for your dollars as you can, as much money for your currency as you can. This right here, right now, because guess what? I know a lot of you watching started stacking within the last 2 years. This right here might be the lowest you have ever seen silver in your life. It's not for me, by the way. The lowest I ever saw silver go was, well, during the crash for a split second, it went down to $11.90. But the lowest I saw it go while I was actively stacking and while I had the chance to stack at the low price was about $13, $14, and it stayed there for a couple of months. That was back in 2018. But this right here might be the lowest you've ever seen silver go. So if you are concerned about that, just understand silver goes up and it goes down. Silver's volatile. So I'm just taking advantage of the lows right now because I truly, genuinely, wholeheartedly believe it will pop back up. Because guess what? It has. Every single time. Every single time silver gets smacked down, it pops back up. Just like everything else. So I'm taking full advantage of this. I am using and abusing this as a time to accumulate as much physical precious metals as I possibly can. I'm not really stacking much gold at the moment. I'm still saving up for a larger piece of gold. I'm not really interested in paying the high premiums for fractional gold anymore. I'm saving up for a larger piece. So, hopefully, prices are still low, but if not, it is what it is. I'm focused on silver right now anyway. I'm going to get as much constitutional as I can. I have a couple of other pieces that I've gotten. I got a couple of other pieces that I haven't even got yet, but I'm looking forward to getting those over the next couple of weeks or the next month or so. Some pieces that I've liked for a while, I've wanted for a while, but it just wasn't really willing to pull the trigger. I'll just stick to constitutional. It's the cheapest I can get. There are some other pieces that I've had my eye on, but it just financially just makes more sense to just stick with the constitutional. But since we're in the third quarter of the year and I get a 5% discount on my PayPal transactions, aka all of the silver that I order online, I'll take advantage of that. And I'll get some pieces that I wouldn't ordinarily pick up. If I can get a 5% discount while spot price is down, you better believe I'm going to go after a couple different pieces just to spice things up. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. The first half of the video talking about the Federal Reserve and rate hike expectations. What do you think we're going to see? Do you think we're more than likely going to get hit with another 75 basis point hike? Do you think we're going to see a historic 100 basis point hike? Or do you think we're somehow going to end up with a 50 or maybe even a 25 like what we're supposed to be getting? Let me know in the comments, as well as your thoughts on the current spot price of silver and gold. Head on down in the comments and let me know. If you guys liked today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog, and there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2. They bumped it up to 6 for this month only, so capitalize on that while you can. You can deposit any amount, even as little as a penny, and it still works, it still counts. You still get your 6 free stocks. If you refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, they're going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. It's part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And if you refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, you're going to get not only 30 free stocks, 10 each, but you're also going to get a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple, with the opportunity of maybe even winning all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple, or somewhere in between 1 and 15. You're guaranteed at least 1 though, so you're still walking away a winner no matter what. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Why would you not? Then just sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver, maybe some gold, if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to the first half of the video, what are your expectations when it comes to the Federal Reserve's FOMC meeting coming up in just 1 week? You think we're going to get hit with another 75 basis point hike, which I believe is the most likely scenario? Do you think we're going to get a historic 100 basis point hike? There's a strong likelihood we could end up with that. Or do you think they're going to stick to the original game plan and stick to 25 to 50 basis point hikes for the rest of the year, despite inflation moving up even higher? And then, of course, when it comes to the silver and the gold, what are your next couple of pickups going to be? And what are your thoughts on the current spot price right now? Are you celebrating the lower prices? Are you picking up more silver, more gold for your currency at this time? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.